Yeah, so I'm fixing the throttle pedal or fuel pedal in the dump truck, and well, yeah, this part right here broke off or rusted away, disappeared, something, but I'm pretty sure it was moving all over the place and not allowing the transmission to shift at the right point and not allowing you to get full range of motion for your fuel, and probably limiting my speed a little on top of the governor doing that. But thought I ordered the right one. We got this from probably China, and you can see the difference here. This part right here goes to a little probably a throttle position sensor, my guess is what it is. Little switch up on the firewall, and I didn't actually see nothing for this. There was a pile of rust down there. I don't know if it broke off or just rusted it away and turned to dust or what, but I'm rigging it up. Yeah, the nuts were in the floor. They were, I can't remember what they are, but they're like jammed into the floor, so all you had to do is take your nut or your bolt and screw it into it. With the one rusted out and it's gone, so I got a hole in it. So I took this apart, made a plate, and tack welded these nuts on it, and then I get to figure out how to support this little bracket I make. So I figure that'll help support the floorboard, being that it's rusting away, and then I can have something to screw into. But I got to figure out how to get it under there and get it in the right position so I get the nuts in there. And then if I can manage to get this into place and get the bolts in it, then I'm going to tack weld this to the bottom of the floorboard. So then next time, yeah, that'll just rust out all the way around it and it'll flop around. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I spent, I don't know, 30, 45 bucks or something on that, and couldn't find this one. I thought it looked funny, but whatever. I'm gonna make this stuff work. Just gonna let this cool down some more. I don't want to screw up the threads. I want to put a few more tacks on the nuts, and then they should stay put. One of them got a little warm, and it was, I think it was this one. The threads are not as good as they were when I first put it together, but yeah, I'll take you over here and show you what I was thinking. Yeah, so this part here has a little bushing and a bolt that goes through that, and then it fits up on that, and it does a thing like that. And then this part right here, this actually goes out to the I guess the injector pump or something. I'm not a big diesel dude. I've had several of them, but I know gasoline engines a whole lot better. But that right there took the throttle linkage. It goes to the engine. That right there bolts onto that. And then this is actually, on the other pedal it was positioned like that. But it's not going to work out because it's got this thing here, which I really don't understand why it's there. Something else probably rusted off of it and turned to dust. I had a big old pile of rust I vacuumed up out of here. So I don't know exactly what that's for. I don't know what I just did. My stupid fingers touched something. I know this bracket is bolted in with that one, but I don't think it... I think that's just bolted there because it's a nice place to bolt it. I don't know. Actually, that's got a throttle stop on it. That's probably the throttle stopper. But I gotta figure out if I'm gonna put that underneath this bracket. Yeah, put this underneath that bracket, or what I'm gonna do there. I don't know. Maybe I'll just cut this off because it ain't really serving no purpose with my jerry rig, or my Gary rig. Yeah, that's a Gary rig. Yeah, I might just cut that off right here and then figure out how to get that plate that I made to stay down there, and then put that shit together, or that stuff together, and then put my pin in. Yeah, I took the pin from the old one and drilled a hole in it because it had a circlip on it, and it was pretty much rusted away. As soon as I touched it, it broke up in a bunch of pieces. So I drilled a hole in it, and I'm going to put a cotter pin through it. Yeah, I think I'll cut that off and then just figure out how I'm going to get that down there. Once I get this all lightly assembled, everything put together and all that, then I'll probably go on the back side of on the floorboard and put a few tack welds to this little thing, so then next time I have to mess with it, it'll just pull the bolts out and do what I gotta do. I'll show you how it goes, I guess. Yeah, so that's my first attempt at getting the screws in there. If I can get one in, I think I'll be good to go. Alright, so I had to try that twice. Decided to try to get that bolt threaded in there, and then, yeah, you can see I put the wrench on there so it'd hold it in place. Now I'm gonna put this side in and then spin it around, and I should be good to go, hopefully. That feels much better. That's a night and day difference. There was like that much slop in it when I first got it. You could, yeah, literally put it halfway to the floor before you even got any acceleration out of it. Yeah, fixing the pedal, and then I had to tighten up a couple things on the throttle linkage. Heck, yeah, I think this thing's got a governor at 60 mile an hour either. If it don't, maybe I'll hit 65. If I hit 65, I'll be happy with it. I don't really need to go faster than that. Yeah, I'm thinking that this will, now that the throttle is stationary and there ain't a whole bunch of slop in it, the transmission should shift like it's supposed to all the time, because it was pretty erratic. Sometimes it would shift right, boom, 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 for all 5 gears. Other times it would hang out and you'd have to let off and give it some more throttle, and then it would shift. But now the throttle position should be accurate every time. And yeah, that'd be great if I could get 65 out of this thing and not have to mess with the governor. Well, on to the next project. Alright, so we're in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, no fourth, fifth, yep, and once I get to the pavement, I'll find out if I gotta put my foot up its ass to get it to do 65 or 60. Yeah, so now it gets down the road pretty good. If you got enough road, it'd probably do 70. Oh, girl, sounding good. Shift's nice. Need to put the temp sensor in it. Came with one aftermarket. I don't like not knowing how warm I am, but got to figure that out. Got to do the governor. I think the governor's next. Alright, this one's over. thing.